What's the right age for a breast reduction? I would say that women who come for a breast reduction are either in their young early 20s, or they'll come and see me after they finish having children, or there's a last group that come around the time of menopause. These are the three main phases of life where women's breasts change in size and when they might seek a surgery to reduce them. How young is too young for a breast reduction? I often get very young women coming in who have enormous breasts to the point where they're just gigantic. And I don't dissuade these women from having a breast reduction surgery, even though they might be in their late teens. I think that having large breasts can change a social trajectory for a young woman who starts to feel shy because she's getting unwanted glances because of the size of her breasts, or who starts to move away from being active in sports because of large breasts. And I think it can put her on a life path which is not necessarily that healthy. And if this is happening for her, I won't hesitate to suggest surgery to put her body back into alignment and keep her going forward in a healthy physical and psychological direction. The scars for a breast reduction can vary from a lollipop scar, which has a scar around the outside of the areola and a vertical line that goes down from the 6 o'clock mark, to an inverted T, which has the lollipop scar, but also a scar in the crease underneath. The larger the reduction, the more likely it is that you'll have a scar in the crease underneath the breast. And if the reduction is extremely large, then that scar can be longer. Breast reduction surgery is remarkably not that painful, which surprises most people because the incisions can be quite long in certain cases, but it's really not very painful. It feels something between the breast pain experienced at the time of having your period to the feeling of breast milk coming in, where your breasts are hot and heavy. You want to keep them in a bra and not have them moving around too much, but it's not horrible pain. What most people feel after a breast reduction is actually tiredness. They just feel tuckered out, they have to sleep longer, but pain is easily controlled with Tylenol after this surgery. How long is the recovery after breast reduction surgery? The surgery is not terribly painful, so that's not a huge element of the recovery process. If a patient requires a lot of narcotic pain medication, it really is only for the first 2 days, and afterwards Tylenol is fine. So for a job which is an office type job, or to get back to school if you're a student, you're looking at around 10 days of recovery. To get back to activities which are more physical, I ask for 4 weeks of no extensive physical activity. And if someone's job is highly physical, it would be an 8-week recovery period. Is breastfeeding possible after a breast reduction? This is something that's been studied by our colleagues. And what we've found is that 80% of women are able to breastfeed after they've had a breast reduction. And in the normal population, only 80% of women are able to breastfeed. So the numbers are actually the same. So, which means that breast reductions do not interfere with your ability to produce milk. What we have found, however, is that there's a greater chance that you might not be able to exclusively breastfeed. You might need to supplement the nutrition of your baby after a breast reduction.